Hello everybody and welcome to the Leading Edge Detailing Online Training Academy. Today we are going to be going through a comprehensive list of what you need to purchase in terms of products and equipment for your detailing business to get the ball rolling. This comprehensive list is available for you to view and download in the training module, so please feel free to do that. And let's get stuck straight into it. I have broken down this list into 4 sections: general, interior detailing, exterior detailing, and paint correction. And this list, as comprehensive as it is, was actually developed from years and years of trial and error. A little bit of background: when I started Leading Edge Detailing many years ago, I purchased my van. I went out and I looked at YouTube videos and I purchased so many things. And guess what? Most of the things that I ended up buying, I either didn't need and I never used, or I ended up throwing away, or I found something better to use. The best example of this for interior and exterior detailing is Dr. Beasley's products that were very expensive, purchased it to use specifically on matte paint and Alcantara. And I quickly realized that you don't need to have special products for matte paint or Alcantara, which we'll go through later on. So take this list as not the be-all and end-all of what you need to buy, as your special circumstances, where you live and where you operate, might dictate that you need to buy something different, but it is culled down after years of experience in setting up 4 vans and 3 workshops. So let's dive into that list. We're not going to be reading everything item by item, but I am going to be referencing down, so please bear with me. It is a 4-page document, and I will explain the reasoning behind my choosing for those various items. So let's look at the general section first. The first item is an air compressor. It is bulky, it is expensive, it is noisy unless you buy an expensive one, but it is the best way to clean out your pads, way better than a pad cleaning bucket, which will leave your pads moist and will take away your ability to finish up nicely. Also, not all pads are washable. You'll end up ripping the Velcro off the foam or the microfiber. In my opinion, don't waste time. Get yourself a compressor that is strong enough to blow out your pads. It will save you a lot of money and a lot of time later on. And you can still use that compressor to clean out interiors when you're blowing out dust and dirt off seats and air vents and things like that. The next thing is storage compartments, microfibers. These seem trivial, but the more organized you are, the better you will be, the more efficient you will be. So always look at buying spray bottles, spray triggers, storage tubs, a variety of microfiber cloths that are of decent quality. It will make your life much better. Also in this list is LED lighting, and I have listed down various types of LED lights that you will need. You will need handheld LED lights to inspect vehicle interiors and also for paint correction. Tripod LED lights that are not only useful for mobile detailing and mobile paint correction, so you can see swirl marks on the sides of the car, for example, but you will still use them in your workshop, because nothing will give you a better picture of swirl marks on a car than a well-positioned tripod light. It's also going to make it very easy for you to take before and after photos, and I have listed down a camera with a tripod. Don't use your phone, use a proper camera with a tripod. Customers love before and after photos. Basic things like masking tapes, power cords, hose, reel, accessories for taps, things like that. So go through that list. These items you will need every day, and you will be glad you have bought them, because I learned the hard way that I needed them when I didn't have them. So that's the general section. The interior section is again quite comprehensive, so I'm not going to go through every single item, but I do want to speak about vacuum cleaners, steam cleaners, and water extractors. With my first van, I went all out. I had a vacuum cleaner, and then I had a Mighty Dry hot water extractor. I learned that that was a waste of money, waste of space, and a waste of effort, because when I was doing the interiors of cars, I would be unloading 2 large or heavy bits of equipment in and out of the van all the time. Completely not necessary. Get yourself a Pneumatic George. The Pneumatic George is a great machine. It's a strong vacuum cleaner. You can easily and quickly convert it into a water extractor, and guess what? You don't need hot water for extraction, but if you did want that, just put some hot water into the bucket and off you go. So save your money, save your space, save your effort. Pneumatic George is the way to go. Also, you will most certainly need a steam cleaner, because there are some stains in seats that you're not going to be able to get out with water extraction, and you're going to use the steam cleaner for other things in the car like wheel arches and engine bays, not just for interior detailing. So those two things are very important to keep in mind. Also, there's a list of comprehensive IGL products that you will need, and I strongly recommend buying them in both 500ml and the 5 litre, because once you use up your 500ml, you can just top up the bottle with the 5 litre and you still have the nice beautiful labels to know exactly what products are which, instead of writing on bottles IGL multi, which kind of doesn't look right. A variety of brushes. You can never have enough brushes for interior detailing. Get all kinds of brushes, stiff bristles, soft bristles, toothbrushes. Get yourself some tiny little brushes that go into air vents, big brushes that you can scrub floor mats with. Also, get yourself some specialized cleaning brushes for leather, because that's going to be very different to cleaning plastics and upholstery. And added to that, get yourself accessories for the vacuum cleaner. Don't just get yourself a normal vacuum cleaner tip. Get yourself vacuum cleaner brushes, very small attachments that you can get in between seats, longer adapters and things like that. You will use them a lot. You will also notice in the list that I added an ozone machine. I'm a big fan of ozone machines, and customers do appreciate them when you're dealing with odors and mold. A good quality ozone machine might set you back in Australia $300, $400, $500, but it's going to pay itself off because people are happy to pay extra when you use them. So if you can't get an ozone machine, I strongly suggest you do so. Moving on to our biggest list, which is the exterior detailing list. A pressure washer. Don't go crazy. My first pressure washer that I purchased was a big petrol-powered high-pressure machine. And not only was it bulky and heavy for me to move around, but it was noisy. And with a petrol-powered pressure washer, you have to keep it on. So if you turn it on, you're rinsing the wheels, then you go to start washing the wheels one by one. That petrol machine, the compressor, is going to be running. Even though you're not using it, it's just going to be running and making noise and smell. Completely not necessary for car detailing. After that, I went with a Karcher K2, which is the tiniest, smallest Karcher that money could buy. And I think that was $99. And it lasted for 5 years until I gave it away. And then my franchisees had Karcher K2s because it was cheap, lightweight, and did the job. So you don't need to have a crazy pressure washer. I am a fan of Kranzel because the extra flow rate rather than the pressure gives better foaming and cleaning abilities. So get yourself something within your means. Don't get hung up on too high of pressure. Look at flow rate. That is more important. Further to the pressure washer, look at getting yourself a replacement wand, ideally a shorter wand, because when you're cleaning wheels and detailing, you don't need to have a pressure washer gun that is that big. A little short one with quick adapter bits makes your life much easier. It is a fantastic addition. And then you can put the quick fit onto your foam gun as well, which you should be buying, and it just makes you more efficient. So pressure washer, short hand gun with quick fit tips, and quick fit snow foam gun. You will need a variety of clay bars. I personally recommend Clay Magic Blue and Red, and most importantly, an IGL clay towel. The clay towel is not going to be doing the same things as the clay bars, but the clay bars are not going to be doing the same thing as the clay mitt. We will dive into that in the decontamination video later on, but you will definitely need all three. You cannot replace one with the other. 3 buckets with grid guards that are labeled wash, wheel, and rinse. We will learn how to use them later on. Very, very much common sense, but something you have to buy. Then there's a list of various brushes, applicator pads, and IGL products, as well as products from other brands that complement or are not available in the IGL range. So feel free to have a look through that list and ask any questions why, but for each one of those bits of equipment and products, we're going to be talking about them in more detail later on in this training course. I have also added into this list an air blower and a hand-pumped pressure sprayer. The air blower is not going to be the dream that everybody thinks of, where you don't have to use microfiber cloths to dry a car. You will still need to use microfiber cloths, especially when you want to be using products like IGL, AIO, Enhancer, or Genco, which you should be using on every single wash. But the blower is going to help you get rid of water that's trapped into crevices. That's going to hinder your ability to do paint correction, ceramic coatings, or it's just going to look bad for the customer. So you're going to be washing, drying the car properly, whether you're using a blower or microfiber cloths, but the blower is going to be mainly to get rid of that water that's trapped. The blower is not going to be able to dry cars that are not ceramic coated. something I thought I could do, which is just blow dry every single car. And then I went out to wash my first car that wasn't ceramic coated. The blower did nothing. Also, I personally recommend you should get a big boy blower or something that has a collapsible hose as opposed to a Metrovac. I had several Metrovacs and the hose is something that's very bulky and cumbersome and very hard to store. Where if you have a big boy blower, you can sort of just compress that hose. It's collapsible and it goes inside a very small area. So that's my tip for which item to buy and not to buy. The pressure pump is more so for you to put degreaser and IGL multi inside it when you're cleaning wheel arches and suspension components or engine bays. It's just going to save your wrist from the constant squeezing action of a spray bottle. So very handy to have, not exactly a compulsory item, but it's like a little detailing hack. So you can pump it up, compressed air, and then just spray the wheel arch, use a brush, rinse away. That wheel arch is a lot cleaner than going around and squirting a little bit of product at a time with a normal spray bottle. I will leave you to then go through the list and purchase these items. Please do keep in mind that these items are all important, so give them equal thought. Don't skip any because you think that a brush that is used for an interior can be used for a tire. Not exactly right. You need to have a look at specific items as to why they're on this list. Finally, let's talk about paint correction. First and foremost, you need your polishing machines. I'm a big fan of dual action random orbitals. I personally use the Rupes machines. Double-edged sword, great brand, decent quality, breaks down a lot, has horrible cords that are always going bad. So I have never used a Flex tool or any other brand for that matter. I have always used Rupes, but do your homework and see what is right for you. Doing it again, I might not be using Rupes because I'm just sick of it breaking down all the time. I currently have about 7 machines that probably need cords replaced repeatedly. So Rupes, if you're watching this, take it on the chin. Your products are amazing in one way, but are also completely useless in another way. You will need to consider buying a 3-inch machine and a larger machine. Don't just buy a 6-inch or a 5-inch and think that's enough. I started my business off with just a 6-inch machine and I couldn't work properly. I couldn't polish bumpers, I couldn't do A-pillars, mirrors were a struggle. You will need a 3-inch and then a 5-inch or a 6-inch, and we'll be going through that tutorial by itself later on to talk about the difference between the machines. You will also then need a variety of pads to match these machines, and you will have to buy each and every single type that are listed because that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to address the variety of paints. So don't think 1 or 2 pads is enough. You will need wool, microfiber, yellow, orange, black, a Rupes green pad. All those pads are very important. Also a big variety of polishes, because with the polishes you can't just say I have 1 or 2 and that's going to do 90% of what I need. Every type of paint and every type of car is going to like a different combination, and the polishes and cutting compounds that I have listed in this list have gotten me 100% result for 100% of the cars for many years. And that's not just speaking for myself, that's talking about my franchisees and staff. So yes, there are a million other brands. I have a lot of other brands in my cupboard that I have never used, or I used once or twice and I didn't like. I have found that the products that I have listed work well, work efficiently, and work for everything from the softest, most haze-prone paint right through to the hardest German white pigment on a Volkswagen you can imagine. So those products, those pads are incredibly important for you to buy. If you do not buy them, you're going to be struggling with something down the track. So look at that list, make sure you grab those products and pads. Also get yourself a good paint thickness gauge. Don't get an eBay paint thickness gauge. I don't trust their readings. I have 2 of them behind me in the red toolbox. I think they're gonna go in the bin. The only reason I have left them is to do a comparison between a cheap, well, I wouldn't even say cheap, just an eBay paint thickness gauge and a reputable brand. So make sure that you have a good quality paint thickness gauge. Spend a bit of money on it because that's going to save you a lot of money in repairing customers' cars if you burn through their paint. Also a trolley, a nice, sturdy, decent sized trolley is going to make your life way easier in paint correction. Don't put your pads and machines on the floor when you're working. It doesn't just look unprofessional. It also means that dirt and grime and sand and other kinds of contaminants can go in your pad and ruin your work. So never put your products never put your machine, never put your microfibers or pads on the floor. Glass polish, metal polish, worthwhile having. And also on the subject of polishing, you can purchase yourself a small rotary to do headlight restoration with. I found that a cut with a rotary on a headlight, whether it's a drill or a rotary machine, is really good and really handy. Then after that, you can follow up with a DA to remove the haze. So that's just quickly glancing over that list. There are also 3 items that are very workshop specific that I recommend. And obviously, if you're mobile, please disregard these. And that is a hoist or a scissor lift or quick jacks, wall hangers for your polishing machines. And one of the best things that I have purchased in a very long time, and I wished I bought it earlier, a dolly or a stand for coating wheels. So this is my list that I highly recommend everybody who's looking at starting a detailing business consider. If you already have a detailing business, hopefully you might have picked up 1 or 2 things on this list that you would like to purchase. Once you have purchased all these items and these products, you can then go out and decanter them, put them in spray bottles, put them nice and neat into your cupboards, or put them nice and neat into your storage containers, and label them clearly and keep them organized. Because when you work clean, you work efficiently. And when you work efficiently, you do the job better, more comfortably, and faster, which will all translate to less wastage, less mistakes, and more profit in your own pocket. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And again, don't get too hung up if we haven't spoken enough about a specific product in this list in this tutorial, because we're going to be diving much more in depth in a later date with specific tutorials that are related to these items and products. But in the meantime, please let me know if you have any questions, and please let me know if you need any advice and guidance. Thank you for watching.